Welcome student on another video lecture on topic plant tissue culture. In this lecture we will see about the various steps in plant tissue culture technique. First one is selection of plant. The explant which is prepared or isolated from the plant, the proper selection of plant should be done. The plant should be healthy, it should be growing properly in uniform conditions so that it is having higher concentration of active constituent, so that the species which will produce from that explant or plant tissue culture, it should be healthy and it should be beneficial for treatment of various diseases. So for that reason the selection of plant should be an important factor or important criteria. The plant should be healthy, it should be properly growing, it should in uniform conditions, all the conditions which are required for proper growth of the plant, that should be given or maintained during its growth, and such plants are selected for plant tissue culture technique. After selection of plant, then isolation of explant will take place. Explant means these are the fragments which are multicellular and they are taken out from any part of plant. So which type of culture that we are going to prepare according to the nature or type of culture, the explant means these are the fragments, these are separated from particular plant part. After separation of these fragments, then sterilization of explant will done, so that the new species which will produce due to this plant tissue culture technique, it should be healthy, it should be free from contamination, it should be free from any diseases. For that reason the sterilization of explant should be done, that is surface sterilization. It is placed in a disinfectant for a certain period of time and then it will immerse into the culture medium, so that it should not get infected due to any bacteria, fungi or any microbe. If the microbial contamination will occur, then the species which will produce due to that plant tissue culture is infected species and which is not of use. For that reason it should be sterilized, and all the procedures which are carried out in strict aseptic conditions. After that, inoculation of that explant. For inoculation also, the area where the inoculation will be carried out, that should be completely sterilized, and surface should be completely sterilized, and the inoculating loop which is used for transfer of explant into the culture medium, that should be also sterilized by using flame sterilization method. Now that by using that inoculating loop, transfer that explant into the nutritive medium. After transferring that explant into nutritive medium, then placed that explant for incubation. For incubation, the incubators are the devices which are used for incubation, and they are providing uniform humidity as well as uniform temperature for proper growth and development of the cell. Also the oxygen and carbon dioxide supply should be optimum and uniformly maintained into the incubator, so that the cell will grow uniformly as well as healthy, and the growth should be maintained by using that incubator. So after incubation, then there will be initiation of callus. Now the cells which are transferred into the culture medium, during that incubation period it start dividing and it will form a mass of cell that is known as callus. Callus is a mass of cell, but it is an unorganized organ. It is not a organized organ, but it is unorganized mass of cell. That callus contains a group of cells which are growing in that nutritive medium. So after initiation of callus, then subculturing is done. For subculturing, the callus should be studied uniformly, and those cells which are growing properly, those cells which are showing uniform growth as well as they are looking healthy, such cells are selected or separated from that callus and they are transferred into another culturing medium, that is known as subculturing of the callus. the cells which are healthy, which are growing, they are separated or isolated from that mass and they are transferred into another medium, that is known as subculturing. After that, regeneration from that subculturing cells are now growing and they will regenerate into new tissue or new organ. Then it will become stiff or hard and then transfer the plantlets into greenhouse or open field. When the plantlets are formed, then these are transferred into the open field or then into the greenhouse, and it will develop into completely whole new plant will produce from that cell. So these are the different steps of plant tissue culture. Now various types of tissue culture. In that, first one is seed culture, embryo culture, cell callus culture, meristem culture, protoplast culture, organ culture or pollen culture. These are the different types of plant tissue culture that we are going to study. In that, first one is callus culture technique, in when an excised or isolated piece of tissue is cultured on nutrient medium and unorganized mass of cell appear. So here the cell is isolated or excised piece of tissue is isolated and which is cultured on generally on the solid medium, and it will form an organized mass of cell that is known as callus. That callus is transferred to another medium, that is liquid. That callus is transferred on the liquid medium. Cell suspension culture is prepared and it will regenerate into new plant. This technique is called as tissue culture or callus culture technique. In that, callus is formed on the solid mass, and that from that callus then those cells which are healthy and growing cells, they are transferred in another medium, that is liquid medium. Cell suspension culture is prepared and it will regenerate into new plant. That technique is called as tissue culture. You can see here, this one is the explant of carrot. Carrot is taken. Then Mavisten is a fungicide which is used for giving surface treatment, because when we see any fruit or any vegetable or any leaf, it shows some white patches on its outer surface, and these are nothing but the fungal growths are there. And if such fruits or vegetables or any part of plant is cultured, then the species which will form with the fungal contaminated with fungal infection species will produce. For that reason, the Mavisten is a fungicide which is giving the surface treatment to the explant, so that any fungus which is formed on its outer surface, that should be removed. Mavisten not only remove the fungal infection from its outer surface, but it will also control the further infection also. Further fungal infection during the culture formation will not produce if it is applied with the Mavisten. After that, the treatment with alcohol is given. Again, the treatment with alcohol is for sterilization purpose, so that it will remove all the microorganisms. Then sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite is a strong, it is having strong oxidizing properties, and it is having high reactivity towards nucleic acid, amino acids, amine, and in this way it will prevent bacterial viral infection. So to prevent that explant from bacterial and viral infection, the treatment with sodium hypochlorite is given. After that, mercury chloride, it is also for prevention of bacterial, fungal and any other microbial infection. This treatment with mercury chloride is given. So here the explant which is processed through all these different types of reagents, so that the new species which will form, that should be free from contamination. Now after giving treatment with mercury chloride solution, then the pieces of explants are taken out. That is, these are the fragments with multicellular fragments having more than one cell. Such fragments are separated from this carrot. Now these explants are aseptically transferred into the inoculum through inoculation in the nutrient medium, and a whole procedure will carried out under strict aseptic condition. After that, after inoculation, it will form a callus. The callus will form, and those cells which are healthy and growing, then subculturing is done from that callus, and they are transferred into the liquid medium, that is known as cell suspension culture. Now from that callus, the cells are transferred aseptically into the another culture medium, that is a liquid medium, and cell suspension culture will form, and it will regenerate into new plant. New plant will regenerate after that. So these are the various steps which are involved in callus culture. Cell suspension culture, it is the culture of isolated cells or very small cell aggregate dispersed in liquid medium. So these are the isolated cells and or cell aggregates, and which are when transferred into the liquid medium, then that culture is known as cell suspension culture, and it is obtained by agitating pieces of callus in a liquid medium or by grating shakers. So during cell suspension culture, continuous agitation is done of the callus and liquid medium, so that it will be it will form a new it will regenerate into new plant. Seed culture, growing seeds aseptically in vitro on artificial media. The main purpose of seed culture is those seeds which are not viable or which will not germinate easily, or they are having very low germination power, or some seeds which will not germinate when they are cultivated by sowing seed. So seed culture is one of the best technique for these seeds, or synthetically prepared seeds can be also obtained by using this seed culture technique. Growing seeds aseptically in vitro on artificial media. Here the artificial media is there and seeds are grown aseptically in vitro. Increasing efficiency of germination seeds that are difficult to germinate in vivo. Those seeds which are very difficult to germinate in vivo, such efficiency of such seeds germination will increase by using this seed culture technique. It is possible independent on a symbiotic germination. There will be no symbiosis. A symbiotic germination will occur. Production of clean seedlings for explant or meristem culture. So if proper uniform conditions are given to those seeds which are very difficult to germinate in vivo, and if they are growing properly, proper uniform conditions are given, and the germination will take out or culturing will take out under strict aseptic condition, then they will be free from contamination, and the seedlings which are produced from that, they are also clean and free from contamination, and they now that from that clean seedlings the explants can be prepared, and meristem cultures is also prepared from that seed culture. So this is generally used for increasing the efficiency of germination of seed which are difficult to germinate in vivo. After that, next one is embryo culture. In case of embryo culture, the somatic embryogenesis, somatic cell is separated or isolated from any part of the plant, that will converted into the stem cell, and now that stem cell will converted into the embryo cell, and which will form a seeds or which will regenerate into new plant. So embryo culture techniques are of two types. First one is culture of immature embryo and culture of mature embryo. Those seeds which are unripe or immature seeds, or those seeds which are hybrid and which are tailed to germinate, which are very difficult to germinate. To germinate such seed, the culture of immature embryo is prepared. This type of embryo culture mainly used to grow those seeds which are unripe and those seeds which are hybrid seeds and which are tailed to germinate. And the chances of success of this embryo is depend upon development stage of excised embryo. The embryo which is excised from that seed and it is developed in the culture medium, during its development stage, how it will grow, according to that the chances of culture of immature embryo success is depend. So this type of embryo culture is generally used for those seeds which are unripe or hybrid seeds and which are difficult to germinate. The embryo is excised from that seeds and it is cultured and it will form a new plant. Culture of mature embryo. Mature embryo are excised from ripe seeds and cultured mainly to avoid inhibition in the seed for germination. Those seeds which are very difficult to germinate or they will remain dormant for longer period of time and they will not germinate easily, for such seed this culture of mature embryo is prepared. These are the ripe seeds and the embryo from that ripe seeds is excised and it is growing into the culture medium and then it will develop into plant. So such type of embryo culture is generally used for those seeds which are very difficult to germinate. After that, meristem culture. In case of meristem culture, when we see the plant, the tip of the root as well as tip of the shoot, they contain meristematic tissue. These meristematic tissue, they are continuously dividing and developing tissues and they will undergo continuous cell division and new cells are generated. So these tips are taken so that it contains meristematic tissue and they will easily undergo cell division and it will form a new plant. For that reason, shoot tip or root tip is taken in case of root culture, root tip is taken in case of shoot culture, shoot tip is taken. Here the shoot tip is isolated from that plant. Then surface sterilization of that shoot tip is done by sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite, high oxidizing property and it will prevent the shoot tip from bacterial, fungal and any other viral infection. After that, then these are cleaned with distilled water. After surface sterilization with sodium hypochlorite, shoot tip is cleaned with distilled water. Then after cleaning, then by using scalpel, the tip of the shoot is or apical tip is removed or separated from that part. Here the apical tip is removed and then it is cultured in a medium, that is Marshing and Shub medium is used here for meristem culture and the apical tip is placed in culture medium aseptically. Then it is placed in an incubator for a period of 16 hours at 25 degrees Celsius under fluorescent light. Fluorescent light is used and incubation period is 16 hours. During that period, it will develop roots are developed. Here shoot is developed and roots are developed, and when the roots are developed, then these are transferred into the pots. In this way, same cloning species are also produced, or by changing some environmental condition or by changing some nutrient condition or incubation condition, new variety or new species can also produce by using this meristem culture. Now organ culture. Any plant organ can serve as an explant to initiate culture. So here any organ which can be used as an explant to initiate the culture. If shoot is an organ, shoot tip culture is used. Root is an organ, root culture technique is used. Leaf culture technique. Flower, then anther, ovary, ovule culture, all these are prepared from the flower. So these are the organs which are used as an explant to initiate different type of culture. This is known as organ culture. After that, protoplast culture. In case of protoplast culture, isolated protoplast can be cultured in an appropriate medium to reform cell wall and generate callus. So in case of protoplast culture, the protoplast is liberated or it is isolated from any part of the whole plant from which the culture is prepared. For example, root, leaf, or flower, any part of the plant that is used and the culture is prepared. For culturing the protoplast, the first treatment is given, that is with enzyme treatment is given, that is enzyme pectinase or Meissero enzymes. They are used for degrading the cell wall as well as lamellar region or a cell wall that is degraded, and due to degradation of that the cell wall gets removed. So the important stage is excise protoplast or cell and remove its during and removal of its cell wall. During removal of its cell wall, the cell will not get damaged. So precaution should be taken while removing the cell wall. The cell will not get damaged. When the cell wall will remove from that cell, what will happen? The balance pressure will get disturbed. The balance pressure inside the cell will get disturbed and outward pressure will increase, and the protoplast sometime will expand, and the inflow rate of the liquid will increase, and due to increase in inflow of liquid or inside the cell, what will happen? The bursting of cell will occur. So always when the protoplast culture is prepared, first thing is carefully removing of cell wall without damaging the cell. After removing the cell wall, due to the pressure, balance pressure will get disturbed. It is placed in hypertonic solution of mannitol. It is always placed in hypertonic solution. That hypertonic solution will act as an osmotic stabilizer, and the inflow will not increase and the cell will not get burst. After placing that protoplast in hypertonic solution, then it is placed in a culture medium aseptically. When it is placed in a culture medium, it will start growing. It will reform the cell wall. Reformation of cell wall will take place, and it will converted into the callus, and the callus will generate from that. And the optimum conditions which are required for that is optimal density should be maintained to the culture, optimal auxin or cytokinin ratio, glucose and sucrose. Auxin and cytokinins, these are the growth hormones which are added in the culture medium. So the ratio should be maintained. Glucose, sucrose is also maintained in proper concentration. Osmoprotectant medium, that is hypertonic solution is used. Temperature should be maintained, that is 20 to 28 degrees Celsius. pH, that is 5.5 to 5.9 pH should be maintained, and 2.5% casein hydrolysate, and these are the naphthalene acetic acid, that is also a growth hormone. BAP is a growth hormones. These are added in the culture. So all these are the conditions, and the protoplast which is isolated, placed in hypertonic solution, then it is transferred into the culture medium. When it will transfer into culture medium, it will form a cell wall and it will generate a callus, and regeneration of plant will takes place from that protoplast culture. Now last one is the pollen culture. Pollen or microspore culture is an in vitro technique by which the pollen grains, preferably at uninucleated stage. When the pollen grains they are in uninucleated stage, the in vitro culture technique is used for pollen or microspore, and they are squeezed out aseptically from the intact anther. So the pollens or microspores, these are when they are in uninucleated stage or only single nucleated stage, then they are removed or squeezed out from the anther, and then they are cultured on the medium. These microspore develop into the haploid embryoids. It contains only single set of chromosome. So haploid embryoids will form from that microspores, or callus tissue will form, and it will give rise to haploid plantlets by embryogenesis or organogenesis. Embryogenesis, it will form the embryo, and from that embryo seeds will form and it will regenerate into new plant. Or organogenesis means formation of shoot or formation of root will take place, and it will develop into new plant. So by these two techniques, that is embryogenesis or organogenesis, haploid plantlets are produced because they are removed at uninucleated stage. Only one set of chromosome is there, and hence haploid embryos are produced, and from that haploid embryos haploid plantlets are produced. And embryogenesis, that will generate into embryo, cell will form, and from that embryo seed will produce. And in case of organogenesis, organs such as root or shoots are produced. So this is about the different types of tissue culture. If you like my video, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.